sound bite, we showed how the basic chord shapes for G, C and F are really all the same shape, simply moved across the strings and with the fingering adjusted to accommodate the second string tuning anomaly. And at the end of that lesson, I encouraged you to see if you could work out how all the other major chords fit into that scheme of things. Well, let's see if you thought along these lines. We started with G and moved it across to make C and across again to make F. And in this configuration of F, we can see that the chord comprises the notes F as root, A as third, C as fifth, and then another F at the top here. And you probably already know that an alternative way of playing F is to include the open A string. This gives us a first inversion, a voicing of the chord with the third in the bass rather than the root. So that's the note A, which in the key of F is the third, F, G, A. Chances are you may have also played this version of F. Here we've taken the third, A, and changed it into a fifth, C. A sharp, B, C. So that makes that a second inversion of F major. Then of course we can complete our tour of popular F shapes by adding in the sixth string fingered at the first fret here. Perhaps more commonly played as a bar chord like that. And this gives us a nice solid root position voicing of the chord again. And also provides us with what is probably the most commonly used movable chord shape that we refer to as the E-shaped bar chord. And of course we call it E-shaped because if we slide the whole arrangement down a fret to its open position, we get our basic E chord. Now, while it's very unlikely that most of you watching this haven't spotted that basic connection between the F bar chord shape and the open E chord shape, I'm betting that far fewer of you have spotted that the open E chord shape is the same shape as the open A chord. Again, this fact is hidden by the effect of the second string anomaly. As I take the E string and move it across the strings, this finger arriving at the second string has to kick up a fret to compensate for the fact that that string is tuned relatively a semitone lower. So that's how we get that shape. But the pattern of intervals is pretty much preserved. Back in the E shape, I had root, fifth, root, third, fifth, root, and when I move across I've got from the fifth string root, fifth, root, third, fifth. I've lost the top root, but what I've gained is the possibility of another fifth on the bottom A string there. Beg your pardon, on the bottom E string. And sometimes I might use that to play that sort of alternating 1-5 bass note pattern. So, what happens when we move the A chord across the strings? And move the finger that arrives at the second string up a fret to compensate for the second string tuning anomaly, we get a D chord. So that completes the heart of our claim that there's only one chord shape. To recap, starting with G, we move that across to get C, and and then again to get F. We then convert that F into its full 6-string shape and take it down a fret to get E. We take that across to get A and across again to get D. Pretty much all other major chord shapes are related to one of these 6 basic shapes, which, as I hope you can now see, are all closely related to each other. So that's my explanation of the rather odd claim made in this lesson title. There really is only one chord shape on the guitar. Perhaps it would be fairer to say that there's only one shape for all major chords on the guitar. But in the next lesson, I'll show you how, once you've understood the inner workings of that basic major chord shape, it's not that hard to go on and work out minor and 7th chords as well. If you found this little video interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment. And do feel free to share this video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher website and take a free look round at what's available there. See you again soon.